Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Satyam, and in today's video, we are going to talk about user administration in Linux. Linux is a very powerful operating system, and in that, we are understanding a topic that is called user administration in Linux. User administration basically deals with a life cycle of a user. You create a user, you give permission to the user, you delete a user, so what all activity happens with a user, that's all things basically covers in user administration. Now, user administration is very important for the Linux admin and for the people who are willing to learn cloud and DevOps subsequently. So user administration basically helps you to manage large number of users present on the Linux operating system. So as you know, Linux is a multi-user operating system. And in Linux, multiple people can log in at the same time, not like the Windows. In Windows, we can have only one person logged in at a moment. Okay. Now, there are certain couple of commands that you can see on the screen. So we will be talking about those commands theoretically as well as practically. So let's go and take a look to the very most important, commands that comes under the Unix user administration. The first command is ID. So ID is a command that helps you to basically find whether the user is present on the system or not. Then we have a command called useradd. Useradd is a command that will help you to add a user. There is another command called add user. So you can use useradd or you can use add user. Both commands are same. I will show you practically how to do this. Then we have a command called passwd. Passwd is a command that will help you to set the password for newly created user. Okay. Now there is a command called groupadd. This will help you to add a or create a group on the Linux operating system. Now, group is a combination of peoples and we need to add people to this group. Now, how to add a people to the group? We can use the below command that is called as usermod. A and G. A stand for append, G stand for group. You have to specify the group name and then you have to specify the username. And the last, you can delete the user. You can use userdel command to delete the user. You can use groupdel to delete the group as well. So now let's go and take a look to these commands practically. So what I have done is I have already created a Amazon Linux EC2 instance. If you don't know how to create a Amazon Linux EC2 instance, you can check out my video, okay, which is already in the playlist. Now, what I'm doing is I logged in as Amazon EC2 instance. Okay, I think this is timeout. Let me reload the page again. So if you leave the session ideal for quite a time, then what will happen? The session will time out. Okay, so now you can see I'm connected to a Linux EC2 instance. Okay, and as of now, I logged in as a normal user. You can see $, which represent normal user. I will elevate my privileges to sudo su hyphen. Now, the first command that I'm going to do is ID. So ID is the command and I'm taking my name as a reference for a user. Okay. So when I do ID and then I do Satyam, it says ki no such user present on the system. So if this command will verify whether the user is present or not. So let's add a user. So we can use add user, okay, to add a user, or we can use user add as well. Okay, user add, let's suppose any other name I can take like Sachin. Okay, so both the command, okay, and you need to make sure that you need to be root user to run this particular command. The user add and user add user, both these commands are administrative commands. They can be executed only by root user. Now what I will do, I will run id against my command, my name, then we'll see the difference in the output. So when I am executing ID and the username, then I can see that a UID, user ID has been created, a group ID has been created, and you can see the user is a part of the group. Okay, so when you will create a user on Linux operating system, which is a very, very important interview question people do ask, what happens when you create a user on a Linux operating system? So when you will create a user on a Linux operating system, a group ID will be created, a user ID will be created, okay, and a group will be created and the user will be part of that particular group. So that's what this particular group 1001 specifies. So now let's set the password of this particular user. So passwd is a command that will help you to set the password and just give the username. Now you have to give the password 2 times. Okay, so this is how the system will take. It will take 2 time password. You have to specify the password twice. So I have done creating a user, validating the user, whether the user is present on the system or not, then creating a user, and then setting the password of a user. Okay, now what I need to do next is I need to create a group. So group add is the command to add a group. And in my case, I'm creating a group called DevOps, and I am going to add a user to the group called DevOps. So now the command is usermod -a and G, name of the group here DevOps, and name of the user Satya. So now what happened in this particular command? I have created a user. I have already created a user. I have created a group, and I added the user to the group. Now I will verify the things whether things are correct or not. The command is ID. Now you can see the user is a part of two group. The user is a part of itself, and the user is a part of another group. Okay. Now if somebody will ask you how to list all the users present on this particular operating system, so what you can do, you can open a file called /etc passwd. This particular file consists of all the username, all the user IDs present on the operating system. And in the similar way, if you are willing to see how many groups are present in this particular operating system, you can open a file cat space/etc group. So cat is a utility which is used to open a file. The file is inside root etc folder. Inside that there's a file called group. So guys, these many groups are there. And in the last, if you want to delete a user, so userdel, you have to give the name of the user. This command will delete the user. Now do ID and then give the username. You will see no such user find. The last command to delete is to delete a group is like, so groupdel, and you can give the name of the group. So the user will also get deleted. The group will be got deleted. So that's it from this particular video. Hope you have understood it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.